Stop! Do not plant a single seed until you finish this video. Here is why. Most gardeners lose their entire May harvest before June even starts. And the person who sold them their plants? That store does not care. I learned this the hard way. I planted 10 pepper plants on a warm, sunny day in May. The air felt like summer. 2 weeks later, nothing grew, the leaves turned purple, the plants just sat there. I lost the whole season. The problem was not me, it was hiding 4 inches below the soil. Stay with me for 60 seconds. I will give you one soil temperature rule that will save your garden. And by the end of this video, you will get the exact triggers for over 30 crops and one secret crop for your exact zone from 5 to 10 crops. Most gardeners have never even heard of. Do not waste another season guessing. Let us fix this right now. Here's the rule that changes everything before you plant anything in May. Push a thermometer 4 inches into your soil, not 1 inch, not 2, 4 inches. That is where your roots actually live. If that number reads below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, do not plant your warm season crops. Not yet. It does not matter how warm the air feels. It does not matter what the forecast says. The soil is the only truth that counts. I know this because I ignored it. That morning in Zone 7, I was wearing a t-shirt. The sun was out. The air was 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I bought 10 habanero and bell pepper transplants. They looked strong, they looked healthy. I put every single one of them in the ground that afternoon. 2 weeks passed, sunny days, no growth, then the bottom leaves started turning a pale, sickly purple. I pushed a thermometer into the soil 4 inches down, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The air had been lying to me the whole time. Here's what most gardening videos will never tell you. A pepper or tomato planted into cold soil does not just grow slowly for a week, it gets stunned. The root system goes into survival mode, and even when July comes and the soil finally warms up, those plants never fully recover. I harvested almost nothing from those 10 plants. Meanwhile, seeds I direct sowed into warm soil in June caught up and passed them in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from seed past established transplants. That is how badly cold soil punishes a warm season crop. So why does your garden center have tomatoes and peppers on the shelf in early May? Because they are a business? Those plants look beautiful under the store lights. They are tall, green, and full of promise. And when you see them, you feel the urge to buy. That urge is exactly what they are selling. They are not selling you a harvest. They are selling you a feeling, and when those plants stall or die in your garden, you do not go back to the store angry. You go back thinking you did something wrong. You start believing you have a black thumb. You do not have a black thumb. You were handed the wrong plant at the wrong time by someone who knew it. So what is the right time? That depends on 3 things: your zone, your soil type, and which crop you are planting. And this is where most guides completely fall apart. They give you one list for the whole country as if Zone 5 Michigan and Zone 10 Florida have the same May. They do not, so let me break this down zone by zone, crop by crop, with the exact soil temperature each one needs before it goes in the ground. Let us start with the most important question every gardener asks in May. What can I actually plant right now? The answer depends on your soil temperature, not your calendar, not the last frost date, your soil temperature. So I'm going to give you 3 groups of crops. Each group has its own soil temperature trigger. Find your number, find your group, and you will know exactly what goes in the ground today. The first group is the direct sow warriors. These are crops that actually prefer cooler soil. They do not need heat to germinate. In fact, heat slows them down. If your soil is anywhere between 45 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, these go in right now. We are talking about carrots, spinach, lettuce, radishes, beets, and peas. Do not wait for warm weather to plant these. That is the mistake. By the time your soil hits 70 degrees, these crops have already slowed down or bolted. Plant them now while the soil is still cool, and they will give you a fast, strong harvest before summer heat arrives. The second group is the heat lovers. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, and melons all belong here. These crops need your soil to hit at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit before they go in. 60 is the minimum, 70 is the sweet spot. Below 60, they will sit. Below 55, they will stunt. And as you already know, a stunted warm season crop rarely recovers. So before you put a single tomato or pepper in the ground, take that thermometer, push it 4 inches deep, and wait for 60. Do not let a sunny afternoon fool you. The air is not the judge. The soil is now. Here is something most gardening channels skip completely. Your soil type changes everything. This is where a concept called cation exchange capacity comes in. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Think of your soil like a battery. Some soils hold a charge, others drain immediately. Sandy soil warms up the fastest in May. That warmth feels like a green light, but sandy soil cannot hold nutrients. It drains them straight down past the roots. So your plant sits in warm soil with nothing to eat. It grows fast at first, then crashes. Clay soil is the opposite. It stays cold longer in May, which frustrates gardeners into waiting. But once clay warms up, it holds nutrients tightly. It feeds your plants for weeks without you doing anything extra. Which type do you have right now? If your soil is sandy, add compost before you plant. Compost increases your soil's ability to hold nutrients. If your soil is heavy clay, mix in a small amount of biochar. Biochar opens the structure and speeds up the warm-up without sacrificing the feeding power. Fix the battery before you plant the seed. Now let us talk about your zone, because May looks completely different depending on where you live. If you are in Zone 5, your soil is just crossing 50 degrees Fahrenheit in early May. Your secret crop this month is edamame. Most people think edamame is a tropical crop that cannot handle the north. That is wrong. Once your soil hits 55 degrees, edamame germinates fast, fixes its own nitrogen, and gives you a harvest before the summer heat peaks. If you're in Zone 6, your soil is sitting between 50 and 60 degrees through most of May. Your secret crop is ground cherry. While everyone else is babying tomatoes through unpredictable temperature swings, ground cherry handles those swings without complaint. It is a set-and-forget powerhouse that most Zone 6 gardeners have never tried. If you are in Zone 7, your soil crosses 60 degrees by mid-May. Your secret crop is the southern pea, also called cowpea. While standard beans struggle in late May heat, southern peas love it. They are high-protein, drought-tolerant, and they fix nitrogen back into your soil at the same time. If you're in Zone 8, your soil is warm, and your biggest enemy in May is not cold. It is pests and humidity. Your secret crop is the Seminole pumpkin. Standard squash gets destroyed by vine borers and powdery mildew in Zone 8. Seminole pumpkin resists both. It was grown in the humid South for centuries for exactly this reason. If you are in Zone 9, your soil is already hitting 70 degrees in May. Heat is not the problem. Endurance is. Your secret crop is the yard-long bean, also called the asparagus bean. It is far more heat tolerant than any standard green bean. It climbs vertically, so it takes almost no space, and it keeps producing through the kind of heat that kills standard bean plants completely. If you're in Zone 10, May is your planting deadline, not your starting line. Your secret crop is roselle. Most Zone 10 gardeners sleep on roselle because it looks ornamental, but it is one of the most productive edible plants you can put in the ground in May. It needs the full long season ahead to mature before it blooms in the fall. Plant it now or miss it for the whole year. Now, here's a problem that will hit you in July if you plant everything this weekend. Most gardeners treat May like one big planting day. They go out on a Saturday, put everything in the ground, and feel great about it. Then July arrives and everything is ready at once. They are overwhelmed for 2 weeks, then the garden goes quiet. Nothing new is coming in. That gap in the middle of summer is called the July harvest gap, and it is completely avoidable. The fix is succession planting. Instead of planting all your beans, cucumbers, and carrots at once, split them into 3 rounds. Plant the first round now, plant the second round 2 weeks from now, plant the third round 2 weeks after that. That is it, 3 plantings 2 weeks apart, and you will have fresh harvests coming in continuously from June all the way through September. No gap, no feast and famine, just a steady supply all summer long. So let us bring this all together. You came into May thinking it was a simple planting month. It is not. It is the most important decision month in your entire growing year. Get it right, and you will be harvesting through September. Get it wrong, and you will be standing in a quiet garden in July, wondering what happened. The good news is, the fix is simple. 3 steps. That is all you need before you plant anything this May. Step 1. Buy a soil thermometer and push it 4 inches into your soil. Not the surface, 4 inches. Check that number before any warm season crop goes in. 60 degrees Fahrenheit for tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and squash. 55 degrees Fahrenheit for edamame, 45 degrees Fahrenheit for your cool season crops. The thermometer costs less than one dead transplant. Get one. Step 2, identify your USDA zone and match your crops to the right temperature trigger. Use the zone breakdown from this video. Do not plant what looks good at the store. Plant what your soil is actually ready for right now. Step 3, split your plantings into 3 rounds 2 weeks apart. Do not plant everything in one weekend. That one decision alone will eliminate the July harvest gap completely and keep your garden producing all the way into fall. That is it. 3 steps. Check the soil, match your zone, plant in waves. I lost an entire season to 55-degree soil, 10 plants, weeks of waiting, almost nothing to show for it. You do not have to make that mistake. Now you have the exact numbers, the right crops, and a plan that works for your specific zone. Your May garden does not have to be a guess. It never did. If this video helped you, subscribe and hit the bell. Next week, I'm going inside the summer garden to show you exactly what to do in June to keep this harvest going strong. Do not let June catch you unprepared.